That is a reason. That is part of the reason. And it's not my intention to like steal Asmongold's audience or whatever. I would have no issues. Look, here's the thing. Asmongold has always been a larger content creator than me. I have no problems with that. It's great. Wonderful. What I do have a problem with is when you have a prominent community, like a apparently this guy is one of Ethan Klein's fans. And he called into Dean's live stream. As you guys might know, Dean is a TikTok. He's liberal Spider-Man. He's a TikTok debate guy. I recently talked to him on his own live stream. And ever since I talked to him on his own live stream, Ethan Klein fans have been like swarming his shit nonstop, telling him to stay away from me. I'm scary. I'm a scary anti-Semite. Here, let's listen to a conversation that took place.
I voted for Trump because I really don't like the way that the left party is going socially. I feel like it's extremely toxic. Well, you can take like one of the biggest examples, I believe the biggest streamer on the left, Hasan Parker. He's just extremely, radical, and gets people just really worked up. And yeah.
Okay, well, how about we look on the right? Nick Fuentes. Which one do you think is more harmful?
Honestly, between them, Hasan Parker. He literally plays
Hasan Parker.
Previously, I never thought I would hear this from a fan of H3H3 podcast. The only place that I ever heard this from was Destiny's subreddit. And before my naysayers, the DDGers say, oh, obsessed, you're bringing up Destiny. No, they literally, for a very long time, made this claim that I was a bigger danger to America than Nick Fuentes, who dined with the president. Okay? A neo-Nazi who dined with the president. If you think that a Nazi who dined with the president, whose opinions are broadly reflected by people in President Trump's cabinet, is not a more significant danger to America's future than someone like myself, you might be a Nazi. Or at least you very clearly have demonstrated that someone who is an anti-Nazi unconditionally is a greater danger than someone who is an open Nazi. You might not think you are that way, but it's very obvious that you feel that way. You are saying it voluntarily. No, this isn't liberalism chatter. This is like, unironically, this is a Hasan derangement syndrome. You've lost your mind.
What? You don't even know his last name.
Dude,
his last name is Piker.
Hasan Piker, my bad. I got one vowel off.
Wait, I'm so sorry, but saying that like Hasan produces worse outcomes for society than a neo-Nazi that loves Hitler and gets like 40,000 viewers is absolutely radical. It is absolutely
I disagree because I just don't think that you really understand how Hasan is.
But I want to like clarify. Nick Fuentes has convinced hundreds of thousands of white guys that they should be white supremacists in was it?
I love how insane these haters look to normal people. Yeah, exactly. This is what I try to describe people like. If you hate watch me for this long, you are going to develop opinions that are so insane. Okay? You are going to develop opinions that are so insane to the normal person that knows even a little bit. Okay? You don't have to know the full breadth of my radical ideology. Okay? You just need to know like a couple things. You need to know like Nazism is perhaps the worst thing you can be. Okay? Even people who would otherwise consider me to be a radical will still go, that's nuts, unless you have been brain broken and are operating on stan culture and you have developed an incredibly, incredibly unhealthy obsession born out of your favorite content creator's incredibly unhealthy obsession over someone like myself. Discovered caller posts in r/destiny and r/depression. Always.
Is it real and Hitler was good and whatnot?
Sure, Hasan just got banned for trying to incite somebody. What was it? CEO or something, or not CEO? It was.
I have my critiques of Hasan. I actually don't hold this one too far against him because watching like the entirety of the clip, it was made incredibly clear that he was saying that if Congress, if these other Republicans really cared about Medicaid fraud, as they'd pointed out, that they had unalived this Rick guy because Rick committed the largest instance of Medicaid fraud that has ever occurred in our country. And then Hasan went on to own up to it, take accountability, and said that that was an incredibly hyperbolic statement and there was a billion ways to word it better. I don't think that that's comparable to making hundreds of thousands of young white guys want to like Jewish people. I don't think it is at all. I don't think that's comparable in the slightest.
So, Dean, I know you're smart. I know you know what a dog whistle is. When you say something like,
I want you to respond. I want you to respond.
Okay,
what's worse, or like radicalizing hundreds of thousands of young white guys into thinking that Jewish people are subhuman, black people are subhuman, women don't deserve rights, etc.
Hasan does the exact same thing. Hasan has literally pushed propaganda against Jewish people, called every Jewish.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just not even going to
That's just like not true. That's just actually not true.
Yeah, no, I have my critiques of Hasan, and I've spoken very publicly about them, but to say that Hasan has a worse impact on society than Nick Fuentes
is actually delusional. It's actually delusional.
It's one of the most insane things. I'm glad that these guys are pushing back on it, but apparently this is the fucking guy. Dean Withers scared to debate about Hasan and downplays his misdeeds. This was posted on the H3H3 production subreddit. This was from his One Liberal versus 100 Trump supporters 24 stream VOD a day ago. I'm sorry, voting for Trump because you think the left is toxic is crazy. I'm actually the one who was on the video. Didn't actually vote Trump. That was just the only way I could get him to talk about Hasan because he was only talking to Trump supporters. Damn, even more disappointing, but very good job of getting onto the call. Thanks. He only put me on eventually because I said he was scared in the chat, lol. Big ego. It's just so freakish to behave like this. Like he's like, oh, I'm not actually a Trump supporter. I lied about that to get on the call to just get him to talk about Hasan. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? This person is a Destiny poster, by the way, of course, if you didn't know, and now is a firm foot soldier planted in the H3H3 community. Like, I genuinely think Destiny's unhealthy obsession over the course of the past 5-6 years now has caused these people to not even be Destiny fans. They're just like, I'll go anywhere that says fuck Hasan. They will move on from Destiny if need be, if they can find a new weapon to wield. Like, they don't even know why they fucking hate me. This guy doesn't even know my name. Like, that's psychotic. You don't know my name. You don't even know what my fucking last name is. And your obsession is to this degree. These guys also personally think they're smarter than fucking liberals, by the way. They're snarking over the randomest things. It's crazy. Muda throws down the gauntlet with Hasan. What? Mudahar offers to pay for an entire trip to Palestine with Hasan so they can do journalism. It comes after Hasan questioned his genocide stance. Never seen this guy do anything of substance. On my own dime, I will fly both of us down to Israel and drive across the border. Is Mudahar trying to get fucking murked? I already... Okay. That's so funny. I don't think he understands how this process goes. If he thinks that I haven't done my due diligence in terms of like doing exactly that, he's a little silly. That's what's so... You're getting Substack hit pieces onto? Yeah, whatever. That's... Dude, none of that means anything, okay? It's all fucking background noise. We're giving it more attention than it deserves, okay? Yeah, money was stopping me. Mudahar's like, in order to make sure that we can... in order to fucking entertain this beef, to shit on Hasan, I am going to die to a fucking Boeing rocket. Yeah. I like to think that the only thing stopping me from going to fucking Gaza is money. That's what it is. You're right. And not like valid security concerns. And not from Hamas, by the way, from fucking Israel. You think a certain content creator for over a decade would sense a sudden schism and shift in their audience and perhaps question whether there are new long-term dedicated followers or just people using you as a vehicle and cudgel against their ideological enemy? But what do I know? No. I think when you're that desperate to find allegiances, you don't give a shit. Anyway, bro's about it. He's willing to get drone strike for drama. Yeah, I know. It's so fun, dude. Dude, the other part of this is, once again, the other part of this also is the fact that people who are going to hype up that fucking delusion, the other people that are hyping up that delusion, that fantasize about how like it's only dangerous in Gaza because of Palestinians and because of Hamas or whatever, are the same people that don't understand that Israel has fucking assassinated 170 or 142 journalists. in like historic numbers, okay? Historic numbers of assassination journalists. More journalists were killed in this past year than fucking World War II and their families. And you're over here being like, oh, dude, it's just totally safe. Why? Why isn't there American journalists in Gaza right now? You know, Hasan Piker is a terrorist supporting piece of shit and he's going to get deported soon. Waited 10 minutes to tell you that. The army gave me a particular set of skills. My patience is endless, lol. What are you going to do, bro? You're going to come over to my house and suck my cock? Is that what you're going to do? The army gave you a particular set of skills and you're going to use that to what? Get fucking assassinated by the police? Is that what your skill set is? You dumb fuck. You pathetic fucking loser. You sold your body to the fucking Defense Department. I'm one of the motherfuckers that actually is actively trying to get you health care, and your delusions are like, this guy's a terrorist, okay? I got a special set of skills. I'm going to use them to get killed by a fucking cop on my way to go assassinate a Twitch streamer who wants me to have a better fucking life. Moron. Thank God, dude. Yeah, you're not going to do shit. You want to know why I know that? Because this is the maximum amount of fucking, this is the maximum amount of activism that you're engaging in. I waited 10 minutes to say this to you, that I'm going to come and kill you. Patience is the skill, you idiot. Okay. Fucking Harry Potter head talking about how he's going to kill me. And now he's immediately backing down and being like, no, it's the army gave me the skill of patience, actually. The what? Wait out that I get fucking deported? Keep fantasizing about it, dipshit. So many of these dumbasses unironically think that, like, if I got deported or if I went to prison or if I got fucking killed, their lives would be better. It wouldn't, dude. It wouldn't, okay? Your life would suck dick in the same exact ways that it sucks dick right now, okay? Fix your fucking life. Stop blaming other people. Stop thinking that I'm ruining your fucking life to that degree that you would, like, put together a veiled, not so veiled threat. It's so dumb. Ask yourself, who has caused you to feel this level of resentment and anger and animosity towards a motherfucker who is just a Twitch streamer online? If you at any point think like this about any human being that, let alone a human being that wants you to have a better life, by the way, you have lost the plot. It's so goddamn pathetic. There's a bunch of shit that pisses me off, okay? There are a bunch of people that piss me off. You know what I do? I just don't follow it. It's much healthier to do that. It's much healthier to do that than anything else. Enough shit that the Democrats and the Republicans both do piss me off anyway. You had a Houthi rebel on in the media, told him you loved him, you're pathetic. What? Explain to me something, okay? Why would I do that when you're going to be deported? First of all, I'm not going to be deported. I'm an American citizen. I was born here, dipshit. That's number one. Number two, that person was not a fucking Houthi rebel. You've been told that he was. It's fine. He's not. Even if he is, what the fuck has he done to you? What has he done to you? How has anyone in Yemen ever impacted your life? Aside from being the recipient of a metric ton of munition that cost $1 billion under Operation Prosperity Guardian for the crime of trying to stop a fucking genocide that Israel was conducting that was causing $30 billion of American taxpayer funds to go to Israel so they could kill fucking babies. And then we spent another billion on Yemen. That's $34 billion that could have gone back to the American population. That's $34 billion that could have been used to fix the fucking potholes here, to make sure that you have the best possible health care, to make sure that your children are adequately educated. Here you are yelling at a fucking guy that says, that's a very dumb way to operate. Think. Please open your fucking minds. Israel never conducted a genocide. That's what you and your friends want for Israel. Oh my God. Brother, stop falling for clickbait. This guy is baiting you. I don't think that this guy is that. No one is this stupid, right? Yeah. You're right. Every international organ of justice, virtually every single human rights organization, they're all lying about Israel doing a genocide. Okay? They're all lying. You know who's telling the truth? Your friends, I guess, or whoever the fuck told you, some random drama YouTuber. Read a different book other than fucking, Harry Potter. His military Discord, that's not true because a lot of fucking active duty people that went out there also know what's up. That's not even true. There's a lot of fucking military people that are not exactly fond of Israel either. Both people who are conflicted by their service and people who are not conflicted by their service. Okay? This is not this position right here is no longer a popular position. This is an unpopular position. It is objectively untrue, but it's also an unpopular position. You have Republicans who think Israel is doing a genocide. It's over. It's done. That's why those who still want to do propaganda at this stage are becoming increasingly more vicious, increasingly more overt, no longer doing it in a covert way, but actively doing it in a way that undermines like the First Amendment, for example. That's why you have it with like the Miami mayor. You have the likes of the Miami mayor, for example, threatening to release the lease of a movie theater because they dared to show an Oscar-winning documentary, No Other Land. You only do that when you're desperate, okay? It can't go on forever. My fear always is that if people are not steered away from anti-Semitic thought and recognize that Israel is a separate thing from Judaism, okay, most people, it's going to go in that direction regardless. Like Israel's already a pariah. People are already growing in their distaste towards Israelis and Israel in general, okay? But if someone like myself or others who are against anti-Semitism and anti-Zionist, if people like myself don't try to desperately course correct every fucking day, we are going to move in a direction where it's going to be far too fucking late, okay? And we're already heading in that direction. And I think a lot of people don't understand that reality. A lot of people who are pro-Israel don't understand that reality. They're very short-sighted. I see a dangerous amount of fucking anti-Semitic thought, a dangerous amount of anti-Semitic thought coming from a lot of fucking people, especially young people, and a dangerous amount of unrestricted anti-Semitism coming from people that are all over the conservative media circuit. Oof, motherfuckers talking about the Talmud and shit. A lot of people who are far any side are dangerous. That's a thought-terminating cliche as well. Oh, who are far any side. Brother, what do you mean far any side? Okay, I'm far leftist. Let's say I'm far leftist. There is no position that I have that I think if you and I were to have a charitable conversation, you would disagree with. And that's not because I'm that's because deep down inside, you would come to the recognition that I'm not actually this scary person that you've been taught was actually engaging in dangerous ideas. Yeah, my most radical position is that I'm too much of a fucking anti-Nazi. Too much of an anti-fascist. Fascism of any sort, whether it's Israeli fascism in the form of Zionism or Nazi fascism. Damn, dude, you're too far left. You want too many civil rights. You want too much equality. That's not how things work. Can you explain to me a bit more about what happens if we don't course correct? There's already a fucking insane amount of anti-Semitism, like actual anti-Semitism, not like anti-Israeli sentiment, anti-Israel sentiment, but genuine anti-Semitism growing on fucking TikTok amongst the youth who literally listen to what people are saying when they say, Israel's doing this for Judaism, and if you criticize Israel, then you're anti-Semitic. And people go, okay, I don't like what Israel is doing, and maybe there's a deep dark secret here that it is actually Jews that control American government and American media or whatever. And every time you got the fucking dumbass Trump White House going, Shalom, Mahmoud, we're deporting you for fucking criticizing Israel. What do you think happens to a dude in Arkansas who's never met a Jew in his life? What do you think that guy thinks? He goes, I really like Donald Trump, but goddamn, these Jews do have him by the balls. Okay, that's what he thinks. And it starts right there, and it fucking gets completely out of hand. Americans especially, due to its proximity to fucking materialist thinking, due to its proximity to historical materialism, have this tendency to really, really love conspiracy theories. Anti-Semitism is the OG conspiracy theory. It is at the heart of most conspiracy theories. It is such an easy fucking perfectly wrapped bow to tie around the good-bad dynamic that liberals operate on, the boundaries of good and the boundaries of bad. Bad things happen because of bad people in power. It's not capitalism. It's actually a select handful of bad people. Who are those select few bad people? It's Jews. It's always Jews in every fucking conspiracy theory, okay? It's super easy for people to fall into this trap, and it's already happening. I see so much of people being like, well, every country that wanted to kick out the Jews, they probably had a point. That's what I hear so fucking frequently on TikTok. That's what I see in the TikTok comment section. That's what I see on Twitter, on social media. Do you not understand how dangerous that is? Do you not understand how fucking dangerous that narrative it is? It goes from reptilians to Jews so fast. Yeah, I mean, reptilians, globalists, all of these are interchangeable with Jews. That's what it is. To be fair, your own algorithm is the reason you see it. No, dumbass. I don't just, first of all, what makes you think that this is just on TikTok? And secondly, of course, my own algorithm shows me this because I fucking track anti-Semites and Nazis. Yes, I do political commentary. I'm on Twitter all day. What the fuck is wrong with you? What, you think that's a big gotcha? You think I'm like secretly actually in agreement with this shit while I'm in the process of describing the dangers of anti-Semitism? How fucking brain broken do you have to be to try to think you can slam a fucking gotcha? Yes, I'm saying that's why it seems more prevalent. No, that's not the reason why it's more prevalent. There's also obviously real trackers that look at favorability ratings for Jews in America. And when you get to Gen Z, it explodes. And it's not just because of Israel. Like, they don't just say, what's your favorability of Israel? They say, how favorable do you see Jews? And Gen Z does not fuck with Jews at all, okay? Straight up, they don't. How do you think that happened? Perhaps it's because their first foray, their first introduction to Judaism and Jews most prominently was this fucking insane 1+ year long, 1.5 year long genocide that Israel conducted while simultaneously claiming it is for Judaism. That conflation is going to set in. And that's precisely the reason why, people go, oh, okay, well, you know, I guess they're doing it for Judaism. And yeah, it's not just my algorithm. Ben a Minute did a video. Obviously, you guys saw that where the algorithm almost always lands you on far-right politics. It starts off with like center-right politics from the field of podcasting and podcasters, and it goes firmly into far-right politics very quickly. They've also started doing this thing with normal-looking meme pages. They do 1 second of a Hitler speech at the very end of the video that gets thousands of clicks because the rest is unrelated, which makes it look like popular content and mixing literal Hitler and funny videos. Jesus Christ. How many times have I talked about how insanely pervasive right-wing commentary is, especially online? I mean, look at Twitch. Over the course of a year, over the course of a singular year, the largest political commentator on this platform became a right-wing guy, okay? That he was already a very large content creator on this platform, one of the largest, but now he's even larger and doing political commentary and growing as a consequence of political commentary. He's also the largest right-wing commentator in general, larger than fucking Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro ever could dream of. Right-wing sentiment is very popular everywhere online. It gets algorithmically boosted, and then that feeds another cycle of like more people seeing it and more people normalizing it and more people thinking this is awesome, this is good. I think TikTok played a big role in this as well. You take one social media platform, even if it's not the most popular, and you firmly boost the algorithm for neo-Nazi sentiment and make it normal, then yeah, it's gonna fucking have an impact on every other social media platform. This is something that I've been talking about for years, and it's everywhere, and it's seemingly impossible to avoid. You've been making the same point for 2 years. I've been making the same point for not just 2 years, chatter. I've been making this point for the past decade. I thought TikTok was woke. No, TikTok is just unrestricted. It'll show you what pops off no matter what. TikTok is the only one. TikTok is out of all the social media platforms, the only one that has like some semblance of parity between leftist content and right-wing content. That's it. Anyway, this is precisely the reason why no matter what people fucking say, no matter what dumbasses say about how like I'm more dangerous of a figure than fucking Nick Fuentes because they're brain broken. They're not even a liberal at that point. They're just like genuinely schizophrenic. I will still advocate for the things I'm advocating for with the hopes that people will wake up to that reality. This is what I've done my whole life. This is what I've done my whole political commentary career. First, you say, that's not true. You're being hyperbolic. Then you turn around and you go, okay, maybe you had some good points. And then you go, holy shit, it might be far too late, but I do agree with him. Now I'm a fucking fan, but maybe it might be too late. That's the cycle. Yeah, I saw this post. Ex-Asman fan jumping ship over here. I'm officially jumping ship over here. I can't stand Asman and his brain rot community any longer. He should have stuck to gaming instead of the dumb shit he's spewing on this politics arc of his. He has zero education and doesn't do any actual research, but is influencing millions of people every day on misinformation and lies. His audience is becoming radical. This is why Asmongold won't actually have a conversation with me. This is the type of shit. This is the reason why he doesn't want to have a conversation. This is the real reason why he doesn't want to have a conversation. Because he's worried that it's going to make him look bad, like he's not knowledgeable on the issues that he speaks on. It's going to frustrate a lot of these people. He spent an hour talking about you today. Yes, of course. And he's going to continue talking about me. He's going to probably talk about me even more. But this is it. Even other streamers are making fun of him now.
Holy dump. Italy for sure. There's no way. Who just got rid of all their belongings? We might be in northern Italy. Oh, okay. Asmongold's house. Honestly, I could see it.
There's no more soul in his community no more. It's all just racism and extremism now. I came across Hasan the past couple of weeks, and it's been such a pleasure seeing someone with the balls to call Asman out on his bullshit instead of sucking him off like most content creators. So yeah, I'm happy to be here, and hopefully I'm accepted here. Edit. I'm surprised there are so many other ex-Asman fans in here as well. I feel right at home. That is a reason. That is part of the reason. And it's not my intention to like steal Asmongold's audience or whatever. I would have no issues. Look, here's the thing. Asmongold has always been a larger content creator than me. I have no problems with that. It's great. Wonderful. What I do have a problem with is when you have a prominent fucking community and you're just like feeding them to the goddamn gills with not only Republican propaganda, but also just falsehoods in general with no care or consideration for the truth. That shit is very frustrating. Okay. It normalizes reactionary sentiment. It makes the platform more toxic in general. It's not good. It's not good at all. If Asmongold was at his size and doing fucking liberal politics even if he disagreed with me, I wouldn't care. Do you understand? As long as he wasn't spending all of his time being like, this guy Hasan is a very dangerous terrorist. We need to deplatform him. And he's not doing liberal commentary. He's doing right-wing commentary and doing that at the same time. He just goes, Hasan isn't an expert in this either. It's an opinion. Yeah, except my opinion is grounded by facts and research. His opinion is not grounded by anything. It's just whatever fucking his chat said last. He knows it too. If he thought that we just had simple disagreements of opinion, he would have a conversation with me every day of the week. He could undermine my position. He could show his audience how wrong I was. He doesn't want to do it because he knows he will look like he's not knowledgeable on this issue and he's just talking out of his fucking ass because that's precisely what it is. But when you're right wing, you can do that because your audience doesn't know too much either. So yeah, I am. The reality is I'm not the smartest person, but I'm certainly educated on the subject matter that I discuss. I did cover Asmongold's video on Khalil, Mahmoud Khalil. I did. It was dog shit. And then I tried to get him to basically turn around and reconsider his position. And at the end, he conceded, and he was like, "Well, if Hasan is right, then he should stay here, and he should actually turn around and even sue the Trump administration." Right? That's what he said. Yeah, I said Asmongold thinks it's a violation of free speech when devs make video game boobs smaller, but when the DHS openly kidnaps a green card holder for being pro-Palestine, he thinks it's awesome and not a violation of the First Amendment. Classic free speech defender stuff right here. This like went viral on Gaming Circle Jerk in a locked post. You're literally invited by Oxford and Cambridge to speak on topics like this. I know. No amount of institutional legitimacy will cause these people to turn around and be like, maybe he does know what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, if they cared about that shit, they would look to who I interview, whether it be Bernie Sanders or literal fucking journalists and academics that have spent their entire lives on these issues. They would look to that and go, okay, maybe he does know what he's talking about. But no, of course, they don't know any of that shit. They just think, oh, Hasan is a guy who just reads Twitter, not realizing what I'm reading on Twitter either. It's just a very easy cliche to just be like, don't listen to him. He's a hypocrite. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. They will either say that, all these institutions that rely on my commentary to a certain degree, or at least like consider what I have to say to be worthwhile, are woke and gay, or they won't even know about any of that shit. How excited are you to finally see Hamilton in a Ferrari this weekend? What are you talking about? Is that Formula One? The The worst part about all this is that it's like kind of turning me back into a fucking debate lord, and I despise that. It's like so many of these slop tubers have decided that like the easiest meta here is to just never actually talk. Never actually talk to me, but talk about me instead. And therefore, it's just like the only way for me to
Hello, guys,
shake away their audience from these idiotic positions is to actively, directly talk to them. And also, Mudahar hasn't made a new YouTube video about me. I don't know why you said that. I looked. Fudahar? Anyway. Literally saw people on Twitter urging others to not watch or engage with the Noah video because he's the last person who's qualified to be talking about this. Is literally just stop, look over here, please. Yeah, I know. That's the funniest way to try to get people to not look at the truth. They're like, please, no matter what you do, this is a bad person. Please. No. Isn't it weird? Isn't it strange how every single content creator who talks about fucking Palestine is just not knowledgeable on the issue? Please don't pay attention to them. Please, no matter what you do. I find that very strange. You know? I find that very odd that all these people are constantly going, hey, no matter what, don't talk. Don't talk about this stuff. Don't look at this stuff. Don't look in that direction. It's scary. It's terrifying. It's cult-like thinking. Be fucking open-minded. Maybe you will be convinced. What's the worst thing? Maybe you'll learn the truth. They were saying Noah wasn't a trusted source because he recommended watching Bad Imp and other idiots.